So guys, hey, it's the girl Kdiddavis come back out to you one more time. Um, the day has come. Since March of last year, 2020, Kiki has not been going to school in person. I loved in person. I loved over the internet, remote. Honestly, I loved that her school did a very good job compared to, I think, to other schools. It was amazing. So initially, earlier this year, they told us that we had an option remote and in person. No, the first thing they told us was that we're not going to be going back to school until next year, January. Then they changed it and said we're going back in the fall, but we have two options. Okay. Then they told us that we do have two options, but the remote is not going to go until the first semester, which is October 8th. So we had a couple of changes, and it's all based on what I guess 3% of percentage of whatever. But honestly, I think that's a lie because that's what that's supposed to be based on, right? But right now, the the numbers have gone up more than that. So I'm just confused. I'm just a little bit confused on why school's actually open. But because my daughter doesn't go to a public school, it might just be different. So maybe public school will actually follow that rule, but I don't really know. So initially she was in remote, as I told you guys. I didn't want her. I had so much a good experience with online. I had the same expectation for this time. They did tell us it's going to be much different than last year, but I didn't realize how different, and they didn't explain to us. I didn't explain the full gist of it until Friday. So last week she started her first day of school, technically her first day of school, and the rest of the kids started in the beginning of August. So she started just, I forgot what last week's date was, not the point. So it was crazy. So she started, they had technical problems, the Zoom, nobody could get in the Zoom, everybody's calling, no. They have a Google Classroom, so everybody's on there, like, what's going on, what's happening, da-da-da. They give out the wrong links to everybody. Go figure. So, I made her go to school for a week. The school doesn't really have structure. Sometimes the kids are quiet, sometimes they're just calling out. Like, in her old class, they'll do morning work together as a group, and then after morning work, they will break into 4 different groups based on their learning level. So, everybody's not in the same class. Because they had a teacher shortage, and they only need all the teachers in the class. Because of that, they said instead of having one teacher teach the whole until term, which is August to October, they have a teacher every 2 weeks come in from different parts of the network to teach the kids, which to me is ridiculous. They don't break down into groups. Everybody's calling out. Everybody's in disorder. And because they get a new teacher every 2 weeks, what if this, and then because the other kids started already, instead of doing review for the work they have from, like, you know what, usually when school starts you get a review from the year before. These kids didn't get a review. They just started just doing work automatically. It's been a rough week. I was like, no, I don't want my daughter to go back in October and she's behind the whole term because I'm, scared of her getting whatever. But it's like, I want to do the best that I can, but I'm not a teacher. I'm trying to teach her to work how I teach and how I think the answer should be. Technically I'm getting the right answer. It's not how they think it through, but I guess technically I feel like Common Core, you're supposed to have your own mind and think. That's when I think of Common Core, that's what I think. I think if you're supposed to have your own mind and to kind of do things, but they do it, it's very weird. To me, it's like critical thinking. That's what I think of Common Core, but whatever. So it teaches things very differently than I comprehend. And because of that, I can't help Katanya. And because if I can't help her, I can't explain to her, she's going to be behind. And they're not really doing that much explaining in class either. So I'm like, it's mostly boys in her class. Probably that's why the class is unruly. But the teacher's just like, he tells kids to be quiet sometimes, like when he's reading a book. But when he's like doing all this stuff, it's just like, it's a hot mess. It's just a hot mess express. And I'm like, I can't have it. I can't have my child in that madness of a classroom. So right now, my daughter is going back to school. I felt, when I realized I was going to put her back in the school, and I talked to the principal, and then her teacher called me. The principal's been trying to get me back to put her back in the school since before the school year ended, but it's last year. So I'm not surprised. What else? It's just a lot. It's really a lot. I feel released. I feel excited. I'm like, I have a day off. I haven't had a day off since March. And the thing about it, some parents never have a day off because they are at-home moms or at-home dads. And it's like, I don't know how you do it. How would they give the kids to somebody for a while and they get a break? But I never got a break other than church. So how do you do it? Tell me how you do it. I'm happy for the break. I plan to go to the spa this week and just really relax myself and really get it on, so yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. So, yeah. Later, bye.